Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Central Waters Brewing Company out of either Wisconsin, but I forget where in Wisconsin. And it doesn't say. So, I don't think they're in Milwaukee. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Amherst, Wisconsin, sorry. This is their vanilla bean stout. It is a stout aged in bourbon barrels with vanilla beans, and it is, I believe, 11% ABV. It's not on the bottle, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I opened this earlier for a share, but there was a somewhat decent bit left, so I wanted to do a video of it because I thought it was interesting and I thought it would make sense to do a video of it. So, anyways, that's why I just opened it with my hand. So as you can see, it pours a really dark brown to almost black with a slightly less than a finger's worth of, I would say, beige to tan head. The aroma smells really good. It's definitely a blend of barrel and vanilla. It's kind of hard to tell where like the barrel ends and the vanilla starts, because sometimes you get vanilla character from the barrel itself. But it's pretty spirit driven. I am getting a pretty good waft of alcohol in the nose. But it has a good bit of a barrel character, but the vanilla is definitely there. It's definitely not just vanilla from the barrel. It does smell like it's going to be kind of sweet, so we'll see. You know, the funny thing about this is, if this had a bigger body, which for today's standards, this is pretty thin, I will say that much. I don't mind it because I don't care about that as much. But by today's standards, if this had a bigger body, people would be going apeshit over this beer. Because it does have a good bit of barrel character. There's a lot of vanilla. There is a nice, like, dark chocolate, roasty undertone to it, too. Which is good. It's not like straight sugar. But, I'm sure a lot of people by today's standards would be like, oh, this beer's too thin. I don't really like it, blah, blah, blah. But in my opinion, it definitely carries all the flavors of like a big, giant, thick barrel-aged stout with vanilla beans. It just isn't as thick. But the flavors are spot on, which I would absolutely expect from this brewery. They do a lot of really good beers, a lot of great barrel-aged beers. And in my opinion, I kind of appreciate the fact that they're not as thick, because this one, I don't know if I can drink a lot of it, because the vanilla, I don't know if it's the vanilla or there actually is some under-attenuated sugars in this, or there's something else added that makes it sweeter, but this is definitely sweeter than most of their other beers. But to me, it's completely appropriate and makes sense for the vanilla that's added. Because to add vanilla beans to a beer that's like super roasty and bitter doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it only makes sense to add that to accompany like a sweeter beer. So, excuse me. They definitely did a good job with that. I think that the the flavors are completely on point. I guess it's just a matter of the fact that the beer is, compared to today's standards, pretty thin. But if I can get this, I can get it on the shelf here in Charlotte. But I know that people can easily get it who live in Wisconsin. So I can trade for it with stuff, good stuff, maybe that I can just get on the shelf here, or local stuff, or whatever. Then basically the only additional amount that I'm paying is just the shipping. So, and I've also heard that this is their stouts are very, very cheap. Like, I think this 750 is only like $10 or something. So if that's the case, and I get a couple of them, and then I spend like $10, $15 on shipping, it's only $5 extra for each bottle. So this bottle's $15. I absolutely think it's worth $15. I would spend $7.50 on a pour of this. I think it's very tasty. A lot of, it just makes me think of the local Charlotte area. A lot of people are saying, well, there's no one here that are making like really big Imperial Stouts, but you have to be able to make like a good, flavorful Imperial Stout before you can make a good, giant barrel-aged one. And there's not even that many breweries that can do the former, let alone the latter. So this is a good example of that, though. I mean, people might think, again, that this is thin, and it is kind of by today's standards, but super flavorful, very vanilla forward, very barrel forward, and I definitely like it. I don't know if I'll go way, way out of my way to trade for it again, but if it was available on the shelves here, I would absolutely buy it, especially for the price that I heard it's going for. So, good on Central Waters, another really good beer from them, and they just keep banging out these really nice beers for a reasonable amount of money, so I really appreciate them. But I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.